Welcome, good evening, everybody. What's up? What's going on? I know it's late night, but I wanted to pop in here and do another podcast for you guys. So, welcome to the show. And so, I got two things I want to discuss with you guys. Excuse me. Two things to discuss with you guys that's just kind of like starting to go around. And the first one is smart displays. Amazing how many people out there probably thought of this concept years ago, and now it's coming into effect. And the way that I see that this is going to replace a few things, which is kind of cool, because this is something that, people wanted for some time. Now, I say some people, I don't say everybody, because I don't think everyone will find a value in it. But the way that I see smart displays could be a potential way of replacing not only your conventional alarm clock, but also your home telephone. Could you imagine having a smart display set up, and the smart display has a camera that allows you to video call or allows you to make phone calls? I mean, if you think about it right now, Google Home, which is your home personal assistant, can now act as a home phone line. You can dial out using Google Voice, and you can make phone calls from Google Home. And this same thing could be implemented into smart displays. And smart displays, having a front-facing camera or just a main camera, would allow you to have video calling with family members and be able to have a video call, or you can turn off the camera and just make a regular phone call. On top of that, it displays the weather. And you can obviously probably search things on there as well as play music. So essentially, it's a tablet with a built-in speaker that's like 100 times better. And it's called Smart Display, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know I'm kind of downplaying the product line itself. And I'm sure there's going to be other tons of cool features that's going to be implemented into this piece of technology to therefore enable our lives to be much more lazier. I would say easier, but we already have life easy as it is. This just makes things more lazier, being able to do things. And I'm sure it's going to play well with other things said, like smartphones, smart cars, etc. So we're now getting into that technology considering to be like the Jetsons, the future, where everything is computer and is automated and just makes life simpler for you. We're already at the dawn of that era. And so it's really cool to see these things. And essentially, like I said, it's just a tablet with a built-in speaker. I mean, I don't really see a lot of difference in it other than what it's going to be able to do. But I think, and hopefully, that the idea of having video calling, this item can replace your conventional alarm clock, your conventional home telephone, and thus would, increase the need for needing home Wi-Fi internet in order to run these things. So, with that being said, we're going to jump into the next topic, and this is one that I'm going to rant about. And it's very weird how people are taking this. So, it's going through the internet and basically telling everyone that Android Pay and Google Wallet are going to unify and become GPay or Google Pay, however you guys see it. And people were like, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Sorry, I almost turned that around the wrong way. But if it ain't broken, why fix it? And it's just the same thing, and yada, yada, yada. And exactly what people are saying. It's the same thing. So if it's the same thing, then why does it bother so many people that they're doing this? To me personally, I think Google needs to consolidate a lot of its application services. For example, they need to consolidate Hangouts, Allo, Android messaging. Make it into one simple thing, like what they were going to do with Hangouts. Even though Hangouts didn't catch on, people didn't like Hangouts whatsoever. They didn't like the video calling capabilities. They didn't like the color of the application UI. Whatever it may be, people are just very picky for just very odd reasons. However, there's too many messaging apps for Google. You have Allo, you have Hangouts, you have Android messages. That's too many right there. Too many. I've been saying that I wanted to see SMS implemented into Allo because Allo has a great thing going, and obviously it's being welcomed pretty well amongst consumers. So having Allo have the ability to include native SMS would be a real big thing. I know that Hangouts was being moved over to be more of an enterprise thing, so it's going to be more of a business thing. You can find their new video conferencing application for businesses in the Google Play Store, and Hangouts is just becoming more of an enterprise type thing. And I can see where they're going with that, and the ability for Allo to have SMS and then chat. The chat options is, to me, it's just something that needs to be consolidated. Like there's so many apps that do the same thing with Google, and it's like they have all these different apps to test out which one's the more better one, and then they seem to back the one that is the best, which makes sense from a business standpoint to see which one would actually gravitate more towards people. And we just need consolidation now because there's just too much, and sometimes too much can be very bad. People that just want more simplified things would look at so much confusion and there's so much what's going on. They would literally just forget it, Who cares? Why even try? So with that being said, the idea of merging Google Wallet, which Google Wallet was able, to send money across to other people using your Gmail account, obviously in that notion that they did away with the Google Wallet card, the physical debit card. And Android Pay obviously allows you to link your banking information to use your ability to make payments through your smartphone, whether you have NFC, tap to pay, and all that other good stuff. So when they say that they're unifying it, they both have the same features in them with slight differences, including the name. So just getting rid of both of those apps and creating GPay, which is going to be mostly backboned by Android Pay with some of the things that Google Wallet has, and then calling it GPay, it shouldn't be such a big thing to make a big commotion about. It's going to be the same no matter what. You're going to be able to do the same things no matter what. So don't let it frustrate you. Don't let the name be the reason that you would complain about it. It's absolutely crazy that people would complain about a name. It's just a name. The functionality is what really counts. So going on after that, the last thing I want to talk about is Google Plus, and how great has it been for me to solely use Google Plus as my main primary social media source. Today I've been posting mostly to Google Plus and just catching up with a lot of posts that I've missed and giving pluses to all the ones that are my friends and acquaintances, and just really having a good time reading articles that I find on there. And one of the things I thought was weird was how someone who has an iPhone felt like that they didn't belong on Google Plus. And to me, I completely disagree. I think the opposite way. Google Plus is not just for Android users. You can use it on iPhones. And it's crazy how people will feel like that if they have an iPhone and they were to sign up for Google Plus and use it, they would get hated. The days of the OS wars have dwindled, dimmed down. Only the diehard ones that would fight to the last hurrah are the only ones still on social media complaining and arguing. But mostly everybody else has seen past that and gone past that. And I'm here to say that whether you rock Android or you rock an iPhone, you can still enjoy the awesomeness of Google Plus. You should not be held back by the operating system you prefer to choose, much less the hardware manufacturer that you choose to use. So these little things should just stop, die down, go away. There's no need for these, you're an iPhone user, how dare you be on Google Plus? We're not going to define and break these things up into some sort of gang type of thing. That's just ridiculous to do, and it has no place here in mobile technology whatsoever, and it should not be allowed. So if you rock an iPhone, use Google Plus. If you're interested in what Google Plus is about, use it, get to know it, see what it offers and the benefits you can have from being on that social media. And if you rock Android and use Google Plus, good on you, and keep using it. And so that's it for tonight's audio podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, you guys can let me know by leaving a like here on Spreaker, Or if you're listening to this on YouTube, drop a like on YouTube as well. I would much deeply appreciate it. And that's it for tonight, guys. So thanks for listening. Aloha, and I'll talk to you guys later. You have a blessed evening.